RealEducation, RealEducation, SciFudging, RealEducation, RealEducation, the real side chain, the real side butter chain. The fool.
Sure, I can share my experience from last night. From what I can remember, the dream started off with me walking through this dark and creepy forest. As I walked further into the forest, the surroundings became even more eerie and unsettling. The trees were all twisted and gnarled, and there was this strange mist that made it hard to see very far. Suddenly, I heard a noise behind me, and when I turned around, I saw these creatures with glowing eyes watching me. They were all around me, and they seemed to be closing in. As the creatures continued to close in on me, I felt this sense of dread and panic building up inside of me. I was trying to find a way out, but it seemed like there was nowhere to go. Suddenly, I found myself in this strange room that was completely empty, except for this one strange entity that was standing in the corner. The entity was faceless and had this eerie presence about it, and it started to whisper things to me, but the words were unintelligible. The dream continued after that. As the entity kept whispering to me, I started to feel a sense of paranoia and unease, as I felt like it was trying to manipulate me in some way. Suddenly, there was a loud noise outside the room, and the entity seemed to disappear. I was left alone in the room, feeling scared and disoriented. Just as I was about to try to find a way out, I suddenly woke up.
So I'm guessing he used the new you. Is that right, Eric and Phil? Before he went to sleep? So he did sing New You for a little while before he went to sleep, then he had this experience?
That's what he said.
Okay. Just want to make sure, because what happens when you first start going on the real side is that, of course, you're going to go through certain things that you're not aware of. Now, all of a sudden, you start to see these things. You start to see creatures in strange places and what have you. Each person's experience is different. It just depends. And it just really depends upon your lifestyle, because everybody's lifestyle is different. Okay, so in this experience here, you're being shown, well, actually what it is, you're seeing, okay, the influence that's around you, but that your personal self, your physical self on the surface world here doesn't see. But now all of a sudden you're going to the real side. It's like you're walking behind the curtain, and all of a sudden there's other things there that you never knew before, because what the new you does is it allows you to become more aware. And so now all of a sudden your awareness is opening up. You're starting to see that there are influences around that you haven't been aware of before. Now, it's understandable that this bothers you because your personal self is mainly there. Okay, this is the real you operating that second body, but your personal self is there because it's through 5 bodies. And so it's going to react to this because it hasn't seen this before. It's like, what is this? Where am I at? You know, this is crazy. And so again, you're seeing things that are there, but your personal self doesn't see it. So now you decide if you're going to go further into this and you want to see these things and face them, or you want to stay unconscious with this surface world and keep reincarnating and have these things hanging on you from other realms, because in your other 4 bodies you're tap lined with these particular aliens, etc. And so you're seeing this for the first time. So you decide to confront this or not. it's kind of like all of a sudden you go down to the kitchen late at night, you turn on the light to get a sandwich at midnight, and you turn on the light, and all of a sudden there's cockroaches all over the floor. Well, you didn't see them before. Now all of a sudden you turn on the lights, voila, there they are. So you decide what you want to do about that. You let things be as they are and live with the cockroaches, and pretend they're not there, because in the daytime you don't see them, but they're still there. But this is a much bigger picture because it deals with your 4 other bodies and reincarnation and karma. Because if you don't confront these things and learn to get through them and become more aware and surpass creation, then you will come back in future lifetimes unconscious again, controlled by these aliens. So this is your first step. And yeah, it's scary. It's scary for people because people don't want to know. They don't want to know what's going on with the government. They don't want to know who controls the world. They want their la-la land here, which is fine. You can have whatever you want, and you got to deal with it. But what you're seeing is what is influencing you on a daily basis, but now you're just little by little becoming aware of it. And you decide if you're going to go further with this to find out and figure this out. That's up to you. That's one view, okay?
Real side king, real side Burger King, real side king, real side Burger King. Rebazar out here grilling, what he making, no faking. He's making a fat patty, sharp-boiled awareness. We looking for that real side Burger King, real side king, real side Burger King. Real side king, real side Burger King. Needless now out here grilling, what he making, no faking. He's making a fat patty, sharp-boiled wellness. We looking for that real side Burger chain, real side chain, real side Burger chain, real side chain, real side Burger chain, real side chain, real side Burger chain. Real side chain, real side Burger chain. Real side king, real side Burger King. Real side king, real side Burger King. Real side king, real side Burger King, real side Burger King, real side king, real side Burger King. The real side king, real side Burger King. The fool.